All right, so I'm going to officially get started. Here we go. So as you find yourself in your seat, it doesn't matter what seated position you'd like to start in. So maybe sitting on your heels, maybe sitting on a block. In fact, I'm going to grab a block. Maybe you are sitting in just an easy cross-legged seat. It doesn't, whatever feels the best to you in your body. So I recently wrote something about going back to the perennial studio, the Fitchburg location. And it was this odd feeling of walking into this space that I had walked into, I don't know, hundreds, maybe in 1,000 or close to how many times I've walked in that room. Yeah, for sure, 1,000. And it felt different because the people weren't there. You weren't there. It was just me walking into this space. And I had this overall feeling of just grief and sadness kind of wash over me. And something in me told me that I needed to stay in that space. Everything in me wanted to bolt, wanted to drop off the paperwork I had to drop off and leave. But I decided to stay. And I sat down and I closed my eyes and I just let myself feel the emptiness of it, the emptiness of the space, the sadness, the grief. And even though I know, and you know, that that we won't be separated for long or forever, right? That we will come back to each other, I still needed to feel the emptiness. I still needed to feel the loss of it. And I did that. But then as soon as something else moved in me, I started to move from this place of heaviness and sadness to this place of lightness. And even with my eyes closed, I could feel the sense of people and the sense of community and the sense of togetherness and oneness that comes from sharing time and space together in this sacred way, in this practice of yoga. And it was like my body filled up with you. To the point where I could almost like feel its very presence or feel your very presence just in my body, in my being. And then everything was okay. And so today, as we practice, whether you're practicing now or whether you're practicing later, I just want us to close our eyes together and place our hands on our hearts. And as you do that, bring your attention and your awareness to your breath. Maybe with your hand on your heart, not only do you feel the breath moving in you, you might feel the beating of your own heart. But as you make this connection to yourself, I invite you to transport yourself to that sacred space that we all know and love. And if you're a person who has not actually been in that physical space, that's okay. Just imagine being in space, in communion with one another. So in this place, as you use your imagination and use that connection, we can go on this journey together and share virtual space. Just imagining the sights, the sounds, the smells, the energy of being surrounded by all the beautiful people that make up our community. Let us move from that place for the next 60 minutes or so. So stay here for a few more moments in silence, just breathing. And I'm going to share a little poem appropriately from a book that I gave our dear Claire. It's a book by John O'Donohue. It's called To Bless the Space Between Us. So the poem, or the offering that I'm going to read, is called A Morning Offering. I bless the night that nourished my heart, to set the ghosts of longing free, into the flow and figure of dream that went to harvest from the dark, bread for the hunger no one sees. All that is eternal in me welcomes the wonder of this day, the field of brightness it creates, offering time for each thing to arise and illuminate. I place on the altar of dawn the quiet loyalty of breath, the tent of thought where I shelter waves of desire I am sure to, and all beauty drawn to the eye. May my mind come alive today, to the invisible geography that invites me to new frontiers, to break the dead shell of yesterdays, to risk being disturbed and changed. May I have the courage today to live the life that I would love, to postpone my dream no longer, but do at last what I came here for, and waste my heart on fear no more. Breathe all the way in, all the way out. Feel this connection between one another for one more breath in. And exhale, let that breath go. Right, and then we'll blink our eyes open. We're going to come forward onto our hands and our knees, making our way to a tabletop position. So take your time getting there. Maybe give your legs a stretch. And then setting yourself up in just a nice solid tabletop. You're just going to start to connect breath to movement through cat and cow, just keeping it simple to start. So inhale, drop your belly a little, gaze forward, open your heart. And then exhale, press the ground away, tuck your chin to your chest, draw everything up and in. Inhale to open it up, opening to this new day, opening to each other. And then exhale, drawing yourself all the way up and in. Continue to move with your breath for a few more cycles. We're not going to be here for too long. Feel free to explore the space in any other way. So maybe some hip circles, just whatever you've got, whatever feels good. So today our practice is just going to be It is any time that we practice, just a general exploration. So let's come to a neutral tabletop. You're going to extend your right leg straight back. So toes are going to be lifted off of the ground. And then a lot of times we have a tendency to drop into our belly here. So lift up. And then playing with our balance, left hand is going to extend forward. So just feel your breath in your body here. Connect with what you have to focus on to keep this balance or to find the balance. All right, on your next exhale, you're going to let your left arm go out to the left and your right leg go out to the right. Whoa, baby. We started slow and we're really having it in fast here. All right. If your leg drops, see if you can engage and lift it up. We've got it for one more breath in and breath out. All right, listen, as you inhale, your left hand is going to go back and your right leg is going to go back. So your left hand is alongside your left hip. And then activate your right hamstring, draw your heel in towards your sit bone. You might stay with this, or you might take your left hand and reach for the top of your right foot. If you make that connection, here's where we're going to find that back bend. Kick the heel or the foot into the hand into the foot, and then open through the chest. So you're expanding front to back. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, with control, release the grip. You're going to go extend front to back, left hand forward, right leg back. And then left hand is going to come down. You're going to spin over the left shin over to the left. And then right hand is going to reach up to the sky. You can keep this leg floating or you can ground it. It's totally up to you. Nice. And then your right hand is going to return to the ground. If your right foot isn't on the ground, you're just going to, or if it is on the ground, you can keep it there. If it's not, you're going to lift it up so that you can spin back, right leg extends. And then we're going to set the right knee down to meet the left. So just find your foundation once again. So the ground is just right here. We've got it. And then extend the left leg back. Toes are lifted off the ground. Toes are dialed down. Belly is drawn up and in. So think about a little bit pressing through the back of your rib cage here. Navel drawing up to spine so that you're nice and stable. And then as you're ready from there, right hand is going to extend forward. Notice what you're doing with your neck. If your head is dropping down, just find a nice long extension from tail to crown. And then as you're ready, right arm goes out to the right, left leg goes out to the left. There's a wall there for me. Whoa. Breathe, 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 not holding the breath to hold the pose. All right, and then left leg is going to extend back, right arm is going to extend back. Activate the hamstring, draw your left heel towards your sit bone. And then maybe stay there, or you can find your left foot with your right hand. Kick your foot into your hand into the foot. This will open the chest, open the right shoulder. Stretching out from your center. All right, with control, release. Right hand forward, left leg back. And then your right hand is going to come down, spin your right shin over to the right. Left leg can stay lifted if you want to play with that balance, or you can drop it down for just a supported side plank. Strong, pressing away from the right hand, reaching up with the left fingers. All right, and then float your left toes up. The left hand is going to come down, spin the right shin back in line, left knee meets the right. Walk your hands a little bit forward and then curl the toes under, send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Okay, just a couple breaths in down dog, pedal out your feet, feel your way around. Maybe lift the heels up and down a few times, generously bend the knees. All right, and then inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, and exhale, come to the top of the mat. Right away, once you get there, take a halfway lift, lengthen through the spine, energy through the crown. Exhale, soften into the knees and fold yourself forward. Inhale, lift the chest, arms reach out wide to the right and the left. All the way up to the sky, or Brahmastasana, and then exhale, hands to heart center. Let your arms hang down at your sides into Tadasana. So just find a little grounding in your feet, a little lift through the heart. Maybe you blink the eyes closed and bring yourself back into a shared space together. Your eyes are closed, blink them open. Inhale, arms rise and reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hinge and fold down to the ground. Take a halfway lift, breathe in. As you exhale, step your right foot back, low lunge. Back knee is lifted. You can bring it to the ground if you want. Inhale, open through the chest, gaze forward. And then exhale, plant your hands, step it back, downward facing dog. From down dog, roll out to your plank, nice and strong. Exhale, lower all the way down with control. Point your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra. And then exhale, lower your chest. Curl the toes under and rise through tabletop or high plank as you inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. From down dog, your right leg is going to lift and lengthen. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Inhale, fingertips come to the mat, gaze forward. And then exhale, step your left foot up to meet your right, empty and fold, Uttanasana. Rise all the way up to stand, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Step your left foot back as you breathe out. Fingertips to the mat, gaze forward. And then plant your hands. Step your right foot back to meet your left, downward facing dog. Up for plank, knees up or down. Exhale, lower down with control. Point your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra. Or you can press the ground away, actively pull your hands back, straighten through the elbows, thighs, and knees off of the ground, upward facing dog. And then exhale, belly draws in, hips lift high, downward facing dog. Right or left leg lifts rather. Exhale, step the left foot forward between your hands. Fingertips to the mat as you inhale, lengthen through the back leg. And then exhale, fold into yourself as you step the right foot up to meet the left. Rise all the way up, extended mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge and fold. A halfway lift, breathe in. Step your right foot back as you breathe out. Plant your hands, step your left foot back as you inhale. And then exhale, lower all the way or part way down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in, stay with cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, lift the hips high, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. As you exhale, walk step or maybe float to the top. Take a halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Rise all the way up to stand, extended mountain. We're going right back down on the exhale to the ground. Halfway lift, breathe in. Left foot steps back as you breathe out. Right foot steps back to a high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down all the way or cartway. Inhale, pressing the ground away, open through the heart. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Right away from down dog, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, float to the top. Halfway lift, forward fold. Rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So just pause here, just for a moment. We're going to bring the feet together, or if you want a little more stability, you can have your feet hips width distance. As you inhale, you're going to reach your arms up, sit your hips back, Utkatasana. Then feel your weight shift to the backs of your heels. Send the hips back. It doesn't have to be a super low chair, just nice and stable. All right, as you inhale, lift through the chest, arms reach up, keep the chin closed. Exhale, bring your belly towards your thighs, arms are going to reach back. This time, inhale, reach up, stand up. And exhale, arms sweep back, belly goes down towards your thighs. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sit down, reach it back. This time, inhale, reach all the way up. And exhale, move slow forward fold down to the ground. Take a halfway lift. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Flow through a vinyasa here, or you can go right back to down dog. And then finding your down dog, just give yourself a full breath in and a long breath out. Your right leg is going to lift. As you exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Back heel is going to seal. Inhale, floats you up, warrior one. Really root your feet into the earth and then draw the feet together so the thighs scissor in towards one another. You're going to take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, draw the knuckles down, open through the chest. So roll the shoulders back so you can find that lift. And just feel this opening here. Feel it fading out. Sending the love out to one another. And then when you're ready, belly draws to your spine. Start to humble your warrior, right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. So hug the outer right hip in. Draw the right hip crease back. Anchor through the left foot. Let your head hang heavy. So if you're trying to hold your head up here, let it drop down. All right, inhale, rise up, release your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. We're going to step it back to a high plank. Take a vinyasa if you would like, making your way back home to down dog. On to the other side. All right, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Back heel seals, inhale, float up. Warrior one. So think about drawing the right hip bone forward, left hip crease back. We're going to sweep the arms back behind us. Interlace your fingers, opposite thumb on top. Really draw the knuckles down towards the earth as you lift your heart up towards the sky. And then when you're ready, exhale to hinge yourself forward. Bow to each other. Left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Hug the outer left hip. Anchor through the knife edge of the right foot. And then inhale, rise up, release the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Step back, plank, vinyasa if you'd like, making our way down dog. All right, from down dog, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, float to the top. Halfway lift, and forward fold. Sit down to rise up, Utkatasana. All right, for the first one, just lift the arms up, lift the chest. As you exhale, belly towards your thighs, arms sweep back. Inhale, stand tall, reach up, little back bend there. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back. Inhale, reach all the way up. This time, exhale, dive down forward, fold arms out wide, heart forward. Take a halfway lift, bend your knees, plant your hands. You can jump back to chaturanga or step back, move through any vinyasa that you want, making your way to downward facing dog. All right, from your down dog, your left leg is going to lift, left leg. And then you're going to be really strong in your arms. We're going to inhale to lift the right heel up, and then exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Think about pressing through the backs of your ribs here, belly's drawing in, and then exhale to lower. Inhale to lift up, and exhale to lower. All right, this time you're going to lift up, and you're going to think about pressing your ball mound of your right foot off of the ground, and you're just going to switch the leg that's lifted. So bend into your right knee, a little press, and a little up. Right leg is lifted. Good, take a full breath in. We'll play with that more in a moment. As you exhale, step your right foot forward, back heel seals, and we're going to cartwheel all the way up and open to warrior two. So give yourself a moment to settle into your warrior two. And then both palms are going to flip to the sky. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, press it down, sink in. Find a little depth. Inhale, lift. Lightness here, and then exhale to ground. One more time, inhale, lift, and exhale, ground. Flip your front palm to back, peaceful warrior. Lifting up and back, keep bending into your right knee. And then you're going to straighten through the left leg, so reverse triangle. As you rise up, keep the legs straight, right fingers reach forward, left hip hikes, and then right hand down, left hand high. So leaning towards the right side of your mat, pressing your hips a little towards the left side. All right, and then like somebody's pulling your left fingers, we're going to inhale to reverse all of this back, reverse triangle. And then rise up, keep your legs straight. We're going to turn right toes in, left toes forward, warrior two towards the back of your mat. Beautiful. Both palms are going to flip to the sky. Inhale, lift and lengthen straight through the left leg. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, sink it down. One more time, lift and lengthen. Exhale, sink down. Flip your front palm, sit back. Peaceful warrior, reaching up and back. And then press into the ground with your left foot, reverse triangle. Rise up. Left fingertips reach forward, right hip hikes, and then left hand down, right hand high. All right, reverse all of this once again. And then this time we're going to rise up, bend into your left knee, warrior two. Right hip is going to sweep down and then forward, so spinning your hips towards the back of your mat to a high crescent. You can stay with this, or you can goal post your arms, lift through the heart. And then inhale, reach up, gaze forward. Exhale, hands are going to come down to frame your foot. The right hand is going to ground. Your left hand is going to reach up to the sky for a simple twist. Cool, and then the left hand down, step back, high plank, vinyasa if you want. The downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, float to the top. Halfway lift and forward fold. Rise all the way to stand, extended mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let your arms hang at your sides. Give yourself a moment or two to really feel your feet on the ground. Feel your breath in your body. Feel this sense of balance within your entire being. And as you feel that balance, you're not perfectly still, right? Your body makes adjustments so that you can continue to find your center. That's what's going to happen when we move to a one-legged balance. So grounding through the right foot, you're going to actively squeeze your left heel towards your sit bone. And then the left hand is going to come around to grab the inside of your left foot. So setting up for Natarajasana, dancer pose. And then find a little bit of buoyancy, like a little bit of bounce in that right leg. So you're not rigid in your stance, you're willing to move with it. And then engage through the quads. So you have that stability, right hand is going to reach up. You could stay with this for sure, or reach forward, kick back, any amount, including no amount. So think of that same idea that we did when we were in the tabletop position, that's stretching front to back out of yourself. Cool, and then we're slowly going to start to rise up. You're going to stay standing on your right leg. You're going to bring the left knee up. Hands come to heart center, one-legged Tadasana. And then right away, we're kicking the left heel back, crown forward, warrior three. Your arms are going to come out to a T. And then we're just going to spin it open, making our way to balancing half move. Maybe you stay balancing, right? Staying lifted. Both side bodies are long. Maybe right hand to heart center. Maybe there's a little bind with the left arm. I don't know, it just felt right in my body. Do it or not do it. All right, bend into the right knee. Left foot finds the ground. You could keep the bind or not. Right hand is going to go forward, and we're just going to tip it back into a peaceful warrior. Rise up, both arms extend, straighten through the right leg. Turn your toes to the left. You're going to go out or reach up through the chest, and then hinge and fold. Let your hands walk back in line with your toes. Feel a little bit of weight into the ball mounds of your feet. Feel the belly draw up and in. And hands are going to come out underneath your shoulders. Walk your hands to the top of your mat. All 10 toes spin forward. To your left knee. Hands are going to plant. Step back to a high plank. We're going to catch a little side plank here. So the left hand is going to be your base. Right hand is going to go high. You could always bring your left knee down for support. Or right hand down. Vinyasa if you want. Coming back to down dog. All right, so back to the top. We're going to lower our knees down to the mat, knees wide, toes together. Just find a child's pose. Just to kind of let all of this sink into your body for a moment. Maybe as you find your child's pose and your breath here, if you lost it along the way, you also find that heart connection to yourself first and then to one another. Great, let's do it. Rise up, tabletop, curl the toes under, lift the hips high, down dog. This time your right leg is going to lift. So again, think about belly drawing up and in. reaching through the back side of your body. Inhale, lift the left heel, belly draws in. Exhale, lower the heel down. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Now you're going to lift the heel, bend your knee, and we're just going to switch legs. So the left leg is up. All right, from here, you're going to exhale, step your left foot forward, back heel is going to ground, reach forward, up and back, warrior two. Both palms are going to fly. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, sink and soften. One more time, inhale and exhale, down. Flip your front palm to back, peaceful warrior. And then straighten through the left leg. We're going to go for triangle pose again. So find something new here. You're going to rise up, left fingertips reach forward as the right hip hikes, and then left hand down, right hand high. So some options if you want to find something new. And you can still find something new being same in the pose. Maybe you just feel your feet rooting in a different way. You can reach your left hand forward. You could come into a half bind. You can do both of those things. Maybe your right arm reaches overhead like you're holding a big beach ball. There's all sorts of options here. Just get curious. Good. And then we're going to inhale to reverse this. Rise back up to your warrior two. Both palms are going to flip again. Lift and lengthen. Pivot on the left foot. Right foot goes to the back of the mat. All right, we're going to do the same thing. So both palms flip. Lift and lengthen. Sink and settle. Lift it all up. Set it down. One more time. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Flip the front palm to back, peaceful. And then press the ground away. Lengthen through your leg. We're going to rise it up. Keep your legs straight. Right fingertips reach forward. Left hip hikes. And then triangle pose. Second side, second set. So maybe the right hand reaches forward. Maybe you bind. Maybe the left arm reaches overhead. All right, and then we're going to rise up, bend into the right knee. Flip your front palm to back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. We're going to catch that simple twist. Left hand grounds, right hand reaches up. And then right hand comes down, step it back. Vinyasa if you want, child's pose if you want. All right, from here, inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, come to the top, new top of your mat. Forward fold. And then rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands start at front. All right, we're going to root down into that left foot. That same idea of allowing your body to find the balance instead of striving after it. Heel is going to come, right heel is going to come towards your sit bone. Reach around, grab the top of your right foot, left hand can reach up for balance, and then find that little bit of play, that little bit of balance, that little bit of buoyancy. And you can stay with that or start to reach forward, kick your right foot back, feel the right shoulder open as your heart opens towards the front. So you're pressing your shin back. We're breathing. slowly just come back to it. And then slowly start to rise. Keep the balance if you can. Right knee is going to stair step as the hands come to your heart center. Your crown is going to go forward as the right heel kicks back, warrior three. Arms stretch out wide. We're going to start to tip open. Maybe you keep the balance. Maybe the left hand comes down onto the ground or to a block. Perhaps left hand to heart. Maybe that little wrap around the bind. Right, bending into, okay, lost the balance. Bending into the left knee. Right foot is going to reach back. You can keep the bind in, or you can stretch the arms out. Flip your front palm, reverse. And then as you rise up, arms stretch out front to back, straighten the left leg, all 10 toes turn left. We're going to go arms out. If you want to come into a bind, you can. Interlacing the fingers, opening through the chest, and then hinging and folding all the way forward. So you can certainly be still here, or you can find some dynamic movement, maybe bending into one knee into the other. If you like to flip upside down with your toes in the air, you can do that. Headstand if it's safely in your practice. All right, and then release the bind if you have it. If you're in the middle of something, take your time. Hands are going to come underneath you. Walk your hands to the right. Bend into your right knee. Or lunge. Your hands to the ground. Step back, high plank. And then we're just going to spin over to the right to catch that side plank. Left hand is going to go high. Maybe the right knee comes down. And then left hand comes down, vinyasa. If you want, go straight home to down dog or child's pose or anything else that feels good. All right, so a little more time. I told you we'd revisit it. So we're going to take a little more time into those switch kicks if you would like, okay? So you're going to ground into the left foot. Right leg is going to lift. So left heel might lift, bend your knee, and then just switch kicks. So your switch kicks might be little, or catch a little bit of air. You might be a person that wants to play with switching up into a handstand. So it's totally just space to play. I'm just going to play a little bit as well. As you play though, make sure you're really strong in your arms, reaching through the back of your rib cage. And maybe you catch that little bit of air. And the goal isn't necessarily to get into the handstand. It's just to play with shifting the weight. I know it's kind of random. It's okay. Just having fun with it. All right, and we're actually going to end on the left leg lifting. So once you have your left leg lifted and once you have control of that shape, you're going to walk your hands to the back of your mat. So standing splits. And then left heel is going to come to your sit bone. You're going to keep your left hand at the ground. You might walk it out a little bit. And then your right hand is going to reach behind you. So it's kind of the same feeling when we were on our hands and knees. You might find your left foot with your right hand. You might kind of pull your heel towards you, feel a little bit of a quad stretch. So you can stay with that, or you might kick your foot into your hand. A little bit of a bend into your right knee so you're active through your quad. And then you rise up into a revolved dancer. Whew. Maybe fall, who cares? I care. Perhaps your heart. Your hand comes to your heart center. Right, and then we're going to slowly make our way back down if you made your way up. Just as gracefully. Release your foot into your standing splits. And then you're just going to tuck your left knee behind your right knee. So that we're going to come all the way onto our seat. A little seated twist. So if it feels better to you to have your bottom leg straight at your left leg, you can do that. Otherwise, both legs are bent here, finding your sit bones. And then from here, you're going to take your right hand behind. Your left hand is going to reach up to the sky. And then you're going to exhale to twist around. So you might pull your knee in to twist, or you might hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee or thigh. And then maybe you're looking over your right shoulder. All right, and then from here, we're going to counter twist. Hands are going to come down to the left. All right, and then stay with me. You're going to lift your hips up. We're going to untwist. Hands are going to plant, and then you're just going to step back to downward facing dog. I mean, we've spun around in the mat. We might as well continue with it. So now we're going to play once again with that little hopping, switching legs wherever you want to play. If you want to take a little vinyasa in there, you can still. All right, left leg is going to lift, right heel is going to lift, bend into your right knee, and then maybe a little switch. So your belly is drawing up and in. Everything is pressing through the backside of your body. Arms are nice and strong. You can always play by wall if you have a home practice. We're going to end with our right leg up. All right. Get yourself sorted out. And then once you're ready, you're going to walk your hands back, find standing splits. So you can stay with standing splits, or right hand is going to stay at the ground. You're going to draw your right heel in towards your sit bone. Left hand is going to reach back. Maybe find the top of your right foot. There it is. Maybe find that little quad stretch, pulling your heel towards your sit bone, feeling the stretch at the front of your right leg. And then a little bit of softness in the left knee if you want to explore this. Take your foot into your hand into your foot. So maybe you start to rise up. Or just let the balance find you. Maybe right hand to heart. And then real slowly, as gracefully as you can, undo what we just did. And then right knee is going to tuck in behind the left. And we'll come on to our seat for our spinal twist on the other side. So you might decide you want that leg straight. Adjust as needed, and then the left hand is going to come back. Right hand is going to reach up, breathe in, and then exhale to twist. So either hugging your left knee or thigh towards you, or hooking the elbow, twisting around, maybe you look over the left shoulder. Give yourself one more breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to untwist. So counter twist, hands come off to the right, bend into your elbows. And then you're going to lift your hips, untwist, hands come down to the ground. This is last chance to float if you want it. And we will meet in a child's pose. several breaths here. Just really ground down. Just notice the presence of the practice in your body, in your mind, in your heart. All right, and then from here, we're just going to rise up to a tabletop, just enough so that you can cross your ankles and come onto your seat. We're going to bring the soles of feet together. And then you get to decide how tight you want this to be. So it could be more of a star shape, or really draw the heels in. And then hands come to the outsides of your feet, thumbs come to the inside arches. And then sit up tall. You might stay upright, or you might lift out of the waist and then fold forward. So you could keep a straight spine, or you could round in. Maybe after a few breaths, you find that you have a little more space to fold more deeply. It's not necessarily needed, but perhaps you find that. All right, and then we're going to rise it up. Bring the knees together. Let the legs go long, one and then the other. You might bump the knees up and down. Point and flex your toes. And then draw your belly in, lift the arms up, and exhale, fold over your two long legs. You can definitely have a little bend or a lot of bend in your knees. Notice your mind wandering out of this moment. Gently invite yourself back into presence. Several more breaths. I just put 7 more breaths. I got a little bit. I'll actually stay. Now let's rise up. We're just gonna head on to our backs, getting there however you want to get there. Once you get onto your back, perhaps it's a and bring the knees in together. We'll rock from side to side. And you're going to lower the knees down to the ground. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. So pressing your right knee towards the front of your mat. You're going to draw your left thigh in towards your chest. Hands can wrap around the back of your left hamstring. Maybe the right elbow gently presses into the inner right thigh. Perhaps left leg goes straight. And keeping the shape in your legs, we're just going to release the left foot down to the ground. The arms can come out to a little cactus or a T. We're going to let this whole shape just gently fall to the left. You might just allow the legs to cross more, or the right foot might actively press onto the ground. You can take your left hand to the top of your right ankle. Maybe gaze off to the right. we're going to bring it back to the center. Switch legs, left ankle over the right knee thigh. Pressing the left knee towards the top of the mat, draw your thigh, right thigh in towards your chest. Hands can come and wrap behind the right hamstring. Maybe right leg extends. And then your right foot is going to come down to the ground. Keep the shape. Arms can come out to a T or to a cactus shape, and then gently let everything fall to the right. Either the left foot can plant, or you can let the legs cross like a twisted root. Right, and then we're going to slowly bring it back to center. Release your left foot to the ground. Your feet go a little wider than hips width, knees fall in. Maybe hands to belly, or left hand to heart, right hand to belly. Blink your eyes closed. And then just one last opportunity as you're dropping into yourself, feeling your hand on your heart, that connection to yourself, but also that little big connection to one another. Imagining sharing space together again. And truly, we never stopped. The space just got bigger. We're still sharing space. There's just a little more space between us. And then as you are ready, taking any detours that you might need, begin to transition into your final rest of Shavasana. Long legs, long arms, full heart. Allow the natural flow of your breath to move back into your body. Like spirit. I invite you to stay just as you are. Perhaps bring your left hand back to your heart center. One more time. Breathe all the way in. Feel the essence of you. Sending that out into the world. And then we'll breathe in one more time together, the essence of one another. Breathing all of that out into the world. My honor always. Wishing you well, wishing you peace. Namaste.